Wednesday morning 4Ps coming at you from the home where all the news that's fit to print is printed. For some reason, this has been the worst summer for mosquito bites, for me personally, since that ill-fated summer of 1990 in New Hampshire. I'm not sure what's changed. I'm walking the dog a lot early in the morning and late at night around sunrise and sunset, but I'm getting eaten alive. Now, my son likes to tell me it's because I taste good and I'm very sweet, but I just think I'm being punished for something, and I don't know what it is. Speaking of rain, with so much of it this summer, there are wild mushrooms growing everywhere, all over our town, our neighborhood. Now, I'm no botanist, or actually, since mushrooms are a fungi, and not plants, I'm no mycologist, but some of the best practical advice I ever got: don't eat wild mushrooms. The BBC reported this week that measles cases have hit record highs in Europe, and they don't know why. More than 40,000 people have been infected in the first 6 months of this year, just in Europe alone, leading to 40 or so deaths. Now, I am no expert, even though I am married to one, but it seems pretty clear that the surge in infections can be attributed to a drop in the number of people being vaccinated. The MMR vaccine, which covers measles, mumps, and rubella, it can prevent infection, but some already discredited and terrible yet widely spread research, like 20 years ago, erroneously and dangerously linked the MMR vaccine to autism, which then stopped some people, some idiots, from trusting the vaccine. Italy's upper house of parliament even recently voted through some legislation that abolished a law that made vaccinations mandatory for kids before they start school, meaning parents of unvaccinated children will no longer face any fines or penalties. That's one of the reasons this disease is spread. Just idiotic. Every country has to keep pushing to increase coverage and close immunity gaps. So you may have heard by now that Facebook is rolling out a credibility score for all users to help crack down on the integrity of the content on its site. Now, this reputation score will predict users' trustworthiness on a scale from 0 to 1. It sounds quite binary, and I'm generally aligned with their goal to identify misinformation, but historically, most sites rely on users to report problematic content or questionable content or things they think are false. But now, recently, people have begun falsely reporting items as untrue. So it's unclear what other criteria Facebook measures to determine a user's score, whether all users even have a score, and I guess in whatever way that they're going to be used is something they will share more with us later. I hope. These companies are wary, typically, of discussing these types of things, in part because doing so might invite further gaming or potential hacking, which is weird. It's a predicament because of all the calls for more transparency and openness around the decision-making. This whole thing kind of reminds me of the first, and still my favorite, of all the reputation scoring companies that existed digitally. Remember Klout? In the early days of Klout scores, I had like an 85, and was among the most influential people among things and topics like social media, Facebook, politics, and cupcakes. And when it comes to credibility, at least some things haven't changed. Now, fittingly, we talk about credibility and fake news on Facebook. We should end here. Now, we started these 4Ps at the epicenter of journalism, the New York Times, and end them at the lowest circle of journalism hell. See you Friday.